what is your favorite conspiracy theory? There's I loved the inner Earth theory. That blows me away. Any the government caused the California fires? Of course they did. Of course they did. We need those trees gone with laser beams. There we go. There's my Jesse Ventura angle.
What are you hiding? I'm Jesse the Body Ventura. I was a United States governor for Minnesota and a Navy SEAL. Plus I wrestled oiled up dudes for money in the 80s. Now we're going after all the conspiracies on conspiracy theory.
That was, oh my god, that was one of my favorite shows for a little while. Partially because, you know, in college, we were smoking a lot of pot and not sleeping. So naturally, you go down rabbit holes on the internet when you have too much free time and you're delirious. So yeah, we were listening to Alex Jones before he was, I mean, he was always ridiculous and we knew it, but he was like, had a cult following. Now it's like a mainstream thing and the president is like, yeah, you're my best bud. We need more truth in media like you. And that is a terrifying fucking thought. But yeah, so Jesse the Body Ventura, he was a WWF wrestler and then he became governor for Minnesota. And then he started learning some stuff and had people like wiretapping his office and stuff. And, you know, I admire him because he knows the show is bullshit, but there's like a kernel of truth in some of the stuff that he goes after. And it's like the thing of like, you make some ridiculous claims that are so out there and people are just like, he's crazy. So that when you finally say like the real shit, it's kind of like hidden in there. I don't know. It was an awesome show. And it was on for a couple seasons and it was really funny. And it was mostly like, you know, they sit in a room and they plan like what they're gonna do this week. And it's like, I've got a hot tip on someone who has a perpetual motion machine.
That's great. I'm gonna go yell at a bunch of army guys outside the Hart facility in Alaska.
And yeah, that would be the episode. It's like his Wiener son and Oliver Stone's son, because they were buddies. He like wear a fedora and have his beard all cool every episode, and they would go and like find some crackpot who's got like a bunch of tinfoil and like wires all over this thing, and they're like, so you made a death ray laser?
Yep.
Can we see it? Nope. Well, why not? We came all this way. Government came and trashed my place, beat up my wife, took the prototypes and all the plans. And it's like a big close-up of their shocked faces, like, is what he's saying true? Did the government steal the only prototype? Why won't they share it with the people if they have advanced laser technology? What if they got to hide? And that was the logic of the whole show. And then finally you get to the piece de resistance. Jesse the Body Ventura has traveled by helicopter all the way to Alaska with some guy who's like, yeah, I used to work there. Probably a janitor or like an engineer. Who knows? Who can tell? He's just like, I know what they're doing.
What are they doing in HARP? It's an antenna array. What are they doing?
And he's like, Jesse, they're shooting high-frequency microwaves into the ionosphere to control the weather.
Controlling the weather? Weather is for people, not the government.
And he's like standing there in his leather jacket. And he's like,
I've got a few things I want to say to them.
So they drive him to the gates of a top secret, ultra military base. Like, you can see this place. You can look at it. Google Maps has it. You look in satellite view, you can see this antenna array. And yeah, they do some funky experiments there. And it does have something to do with shooting microwaves, high intensity waves into the atmosphere. Whether it's actually controlling the weather, who knows? Who knows what they're doing? You know, and that's the part of it that I'm like, yeah, like, he's right to go there, but how he does it is so fucking hilarious. Like, I'd like to know what exactly is fucking going on in there. That's really interesting stuff. Scientifically, if you could tell me what the science behind it is, what your intention is. They're shooting microwaves into space with the power of radiation. Yeah. And they say they're like controlling the clouds. It may have something to do with like an earthquake machine, like all these ridiculous conspiracy theories, because nobody knows. Everyone's just throwing things out there and see if anybody else is like, yeah, that kind of sounds like something. And he is just there with his bald skullet ponytail action leather jacket and like being 7 feet tall. And he goes like right up to the barbed wire fence, and there's a couple of guys there with machine guns and their faces are blurred out, and he's just like yelling at them, and they're like, sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm a taxpayer. I pay your salaries. You know, just like that kind of shit. Like, just being a total troll. Like, just, you know, I was the governor of Minnesota. I was a Navy SEAL. I know protocol. Like, that's every episode. It just ends with him yelling at someone and reminding them that he was a United States governor, he was a Navy SEAL, and he's a taxpayer. So his money is paying for, my tax money's paying for your freaky experiments in there. I deserve to know. And it's just, it's the best, because it is exactly that. It's just like, there are freaky deaky things going on. We know the government does crazy things and doesn't tell people about it until years later when they get caught. But he just throws wild accusations everywhere, and I am totally lost in this space comet pyramid. Okay, there's an arrow. I've died like 5 times just in this room, and I'm not happy about it. But we all got to hear my Jesse the Body Ventura impression, so you're welcome for that. Now I'm all fired up and I want to watch that show again. It's been years, and I just like watch it and just couldn't help but laugh because it's so goddamn funny, but like you just can't look away, and it's like sensationalized to the tits. And obviously, you know, like, can't just talk about like, you know, there's a facility outside of Staten Island and they're doing human genetic experiments and merging them with animals, and that's how Lyme disease started. That's an episode. You can look it up. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, Jesse. Keep up the good work. Ooh, free bonk.